States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, we have a quorum. We've called to order. We've done the Pledge of Allegiance. We have approval of the minutes for November 18th, 2019. Any questions, additions, deletions?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Got a motion to approve the minutes and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes have been passed. On to the public meeting. Ordinance number 36, 2019, bond ordinance.
Mr. President, before you tonight is an ordinance, number 36-2019. This is an ordinance for additional appropriation. It came for first reading at our last meeting. It's now up before a vote tonight. It is to make bond payments with interest of $176,176. There's sufficient funds in the account to make the payments.
Okay, any questions? All right, this has come before the council before. This is its second reading. What is the pleasure of the council?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 36, 2019.
All right, we have a motion to approve the additional appropriation. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second? Any other discussion? Okay, this bill. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ordinance 36 is passed.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Item B is a salary analysis. If you recall, earlier this year during budget presentation, there's probably not much in your packet on this. This was a kind of a last-minute deal. But between Baker Tilly and the clerk treasurer, they presented you with numerous, I guess, three basically models for the proposal of pay raises next year for the employees. You had a 0, 1, 2, and 3%. In conversing with the clerk treasurer, she believes that the most sustainable would be 2%. So she is looking for consensus from the council so that she can input that number in, if that's what you choose, and then come before you on the 16th with the salary ordinance for final approval.
Okay, discussion. I like the idea of the 2%, sustainable. We looked at those numbers, we've kicked those numbers around, and I don't want the reserve to dip too low. I want us to keep a good rating for bonds. While I'd love to give 3 or more, 2 is the most prudent. Just my
Where does this fit on towns of comparable size?
I'm not sure, sir, to be honest with you. I wasn't prepared to present the information, and so I don't have a true analysis available.
We gave a 2% similar raise last year.
I believe
Is that
last year
correct?
we got 3, didn't we? We got 3% last year.
Yeah.
What was that the year before?
The year before?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, I'm sorry.
Is that a number that's consistent over the last 4 or 5 years?
2 to 3%'s always been a consistent number.
Yes.
We've had a few 0% years when things have been really tough, but it's usually somewhere in that general vicinity.
Where does our benefit package fit with similar towns? Are we higher than or less than or
I can produce the
comparable?
documents for you and get it to you tomorrow, sir. The Plainfield had an intern put that documentation together. Again, I was not prepared to present this tonight,
Bless you.
but I'd be happy to present all that to you tomorrow.
Do you think we should hold off on that, discuss it the next meeting, and then decide the last meeting of the year? Is that a possibility? I mean, what do you guys think? Because, I mean, Jim's got quite a few questions that you're not gonna get answered tonight, and, you know, I'm always for 3%, but that's always me, so.
All I can tell you is the recommendation, again, was 2%. Had conversation with her earlier today, and that was the recommendation that she believed was most sustainable.
I feel 2% is good too, but we've got to think about compounding. which we have. So 1 is too low, 2 is probably just right.
Well, I don't have a problem with the concept, and I don't have a problem with doing that, as long as we know that we're not trying to accelerate our needs to keep up with some of the other towns in the county that can afford to do things that we're not in a position to afford at this point. But by the same token, I don't have any history on what we've done on benefits, which can be more expensive
Right.
than this 2% as it relates to the cost for the town.
My personal opinion, I mean, I can give you that if you want
Well,
it.
that's good.
I think our benefits are pretty much a good deal, to be honest with you. I think our health insurance is exceptional. I think what we put into our health savings account is exceptional. I think our wellness program is quite honestly a benefit that most employees truly don't take advantage of, but should they take advantage of it, we throw a ton of money, and not the town of Danville, but the AIM Medical Trust, United Healthcare. If our employees do the work, they can have over $600 taken off of their premiums the following year. And then on top of that, through United Healthcare, they can receive $100 in gift cards if they would just participate with some online counseling and studying. Again, I think we throw a ton of money to our benefits, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion.
So the 2% may not keep up with inflation from that perspective, but with our benefits, we're staying ahead or at least comparable to inflation from your perspective.
Without knowing anyone else's benefits, I'll say yes. Again, I have to go with what I believe is our resident expert, which is our clerk treasurer, and she believes 2% is what she feels is sustainable for 2020 in the future.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Chris, your thoughts?
Right in line with what everybody else is saying. Is something we have to vote on tonight, or?
We could delay it, however, in order for Jenny to be able to, somebody silence that? In my classroom, I'd take that phone.
One of the options you have, Mr. President, is if you do consensus tonight, she prepares the ordinance for the next meeting, you still have the option at that point to not vote the ordinance or not pass the ordinance, so.
Exactly. So, and that would be my recommendation, is if we don't feel comfortable tonight, then bearing other information, we give Jenny the idea that we'd like to get this written up for the 2%, and then Jim can have his answers, his questions answered, share it with all of us, and if there is something that comes up, we've got 2 weeks to forward questions back and forth to Jenny.
Okay.
Would that be acceptable to give her directive to look for the 2%? And then if benefits become an issue, then we can revisit this at our next meeting.
Sure.
Okay?
And I'll have the benefit survey to you tomorrow.
Good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. We'll revisit that on the 16th.
So do I have consensus to let her know then?
I believe so. You all in agreement?
Yeah.
Thank you. With two. All right, Resolution 27, 2019, declaration of no value of use of a trash compactor for the stormwater.
Have the declaration of no value for the trash compactor. The idea, but this past summer, IDEM comes out every 2 years and does an audit of our facilities, Town Hall, Public Works, the Parks Department, and we were cited for an illicit discharge out of the trash compactor, which is kind of old, it's rusted, it's not efficient. And after they cite us, we started looking at other things, and I know we also want to do some recycling, so we want to replace the trash compactor with recycling bins and a trash bin. We'll include the parks dumpster that they have, so we're only going to have 2 dumpsters. One will be recycling, one will be just a normal trash dumpster. I did speak with Raised Trash. They came out and looked at it and said, you know, what we would do is we would take this and we would crush it, and basically it's not useful. I've had to get inside that thing a couple of times because when it fills up with trash, it doesn't really work, so you have to manually run it, and the last couple of months, it's just been almost impossible. And the cost to repair it, which they recommend we don't do because the cost to repair it is more than the value, which is zero in their opinion. Basically, they would haul it away at no cost, but there is no value to it. The other thing is, like I said, the IDEM requirements, it's basically rust and some sewage that comes out that and goes right down the walking path straight into the storm drain, so it's not a good thing. So that's why it's here before you tonight. It's multiple things. We shouldn't have that trash dumpster.
What does this thing weigh?
I believe, and you don't quote me on that, when I talked to them about it, I believe it's a 5,900 pound trash compactor. The other part of this is when the school was here, it was necessary. We don't have nearly the waste that the school had when they had, 200 students here, or whatever the number was. So I don't think the value is there to have a trash compactor at all. It's nice when it functions right, but it's past its lifespan. And the cost to replace it with a trash dumpster. We're also trying to look at parking in the back. If we get rid of that, we can kind of maneuver the parking spaces so that it's a lot more user-friendly for vendors, maintenance, the parks, ADA. The only place to get into the DAC is through the back door with ADA compliance. So there's several reasons, not just that it has a zero value, but there's several reasons to get away from the trash compactor.
So if we sold it for scrap, we get a couple, $200-$300. Cost you that to take it away.
Yeah.
Rays will do that for free.
Yeah. They will come and take it and dispose of it. It won't be in use, but they said they'd come and pick it up and dispose of it. We could also take it down to the Public Works and let it sit there and rust a little bit more, and then at the end of the year, maybe we might take it, but I think it's a win-win situation if we have Rays take it and dispose of it. That way we don't have to worry about, there is hydraulic fluid in it, so that's another concern, that if we had that down in another facility, we wouldn't want that leaking on the ground.
Any other questions for Barry? Will they take the other rusty, non-functional item that we have in our front yard?
Asking them about that.
I'll make that motion.
I didn't know that was of no value.
Put it on the table.
All right,
Both of them.
we have Resolution 27, 2019 before us. What is the pleasure of the council? Shall we go ahead and get rid of this non-functional, non-value trash compactor? Shall we keep it a little bit longer for no particular reason?
Move to approve Resolution 27, 2019.
I've got a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, further discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
We did include those things out front, Barry.
I can't see why not.
That has value.
Does it now? D, establish executive session to interview water superintendent applicants.
Yes,
Town
sir.
manager.
Come before you tonight to see if you'd like to do an executive session. You have two applicants for the position of water superintendent. Both applicants came from within the current employees. We had established an interview committee, found we didn't need them because, again, with only two applicants, that's normally what we would dwindle it down to for you. So we figure it's just as easy for you guys to interview them. So if you'd like to pick a date where you'd like to interview these two young men, I'm sure they'd be most greatly appreciative.
We have a council meeting on the 16th. Executive session.
No, 6:30.
Too late? 6 o'clock, 20 minutes for each, and we've got time for discussion.
Yes, sir.
Does that work for everybody? Let's do that then.
We'll put out the notice and let the candidates know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And while you're up there, how about Resolution 28,
Yes, sir.
2019, declaration of no value for e-waste?
We do this once every probably 4 or 5 years. Before you is Resolution 28-2019. This is a resolution to declare e-waste, basically. We have, over the years, we get computers, electronic equipment that when we replace it, it sits in a room. And so every once in a while, we decide it's time to get rid of it, and now's that time. So we want to get rid of it and trying to kind of clean up our space like we did with the Christmas decorations and a couple other things we've
Gonna
been
give all
doing.
this to North Salem?
No.
They need a trash compactor.
Yeah, there is, we work with a firm for the e-waste and to ensure that all of our data is secured, and then some of it has no data on it. It's just junk, to be honest with you.
And this has come from a variety of departments.
Oh,
I
this
see
is,
the police department has got the lion's share of this.
yep, the police, public works, administrative,
Water,
yep,
town hall, fire,
right.
all is centrally located.
We're working on that, sir. Normally what occurs is Public Works is kind enough to produce a trailer and go by all the departments, and everything's put in the trailer and then taken to the disposal site.
So that we would do this.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a date picked out where this would occur?
Not at this time, sir.
Happen by the end of the year?
Yes, sir.
Has, for instance, these laptops, have they been replaced? Discussion.
So we can't use it for the schools? Nothing in there that the school could use?
Not that I'm aware of, sir. Probably much older than their buildings.
And the place you dispose it, will they give us money for them?
No, sir.
I know computers are worth a little bit. Yeah,
If you've got a name of a company,
precious metals in there.
yeah, we'd be happy to entertain it, but with the majority of this, it's easier to just declare it of no value or use and have it disposed of, similar to the compactor. But if you want us to explore it, we'll put the resolution on hold, and
No, I leave it into your capable hands.
thank you very much for your confidence in me, sir.
All right, any other discussion? Want to get rid of it, or do we want to see if we can unload it somewhere? I could chime in on trying to sell it, find a firm that would do that. It might actually fall something like that away in the value. From a cost, bottom dollar perspective, it may actually cost us more to get rid of it. Where the fee that you're proposing, what will they charge us?
No, sir. Is that correct, Jim? There's no charge for this, right?
Okay, get back with us then.
Okay,
Let's look at two-prong. Number one, I want to know if it's going to cost us anything to get rid of that.
yes, sir, of
Okay,
course.
and number two, if there, you could do a little research to see if there is a company that would
Yep,
take these, but the key, in my opinion, is keeping the data secure.
sure.
Especially with so many police laptops.
Right,
I mean, if there's anything on there and it gets out, I don't want the town to be liable for anything.
sure.
So it may be, even though security is a
Yeah, I
higher
think that's
priority than a few dollars.
Yeah.
Gotta be strict.
Just give us a heads up.
Yeah, we've never had a problem before, but we'll look into it.
And otherwise, we can take care of it on the 16th.
Yes, sir, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, anything from, let's see, got to make sure I get all of them. Anything from the public tonight? Okay, great. Round the horn. Steve? Sorry, town manager.
Nothing.
Anything from Parks? Nope. Okay, Public Works, everything okay? That was awesome. Are you finished with leaf pickup? Okay, let's get those leaves off. Let's see, Barry? Lisa? Jerry? Police? Oh, fire, sorry. See you down there. All right. Nate? You got a minute?
Doesn't know we're doing it. Wondering why we're all standing in the back of the council meeting. Hey, he's sweating.
I thought you guys just enjoyed these meetings.
No, he got here and was asking why we all decided to show up again. So I've been elected to speak because these guys don't like to talk in front of people.
Hey, you're the PIO, man, come on.
I guess that's right. But basically what I'm going to say isn't just coming from me, it's coming from everybody on the department, even the guys that couldn't be here. Every single person put in for this, and it's something we wanted to do for Jim. As you guys know, he was the interim chief for 2 different times, for extended period of times in both of them. Last month, you guys made him the chief of police. We're really excited about that. But before that even happened, a couple months ago, we updated our firearms that we carry on our hips every day. At that time, the company, it's customary, they give the officers an opportunity to buy the firearms back, so you can keep it as your own personal firearm. A lot of times it's a sentimental thing. Guys will buy their firearms back. It's something they carry with them at work every day. It could save their lives. Jim opted not to buy his gun back, but we decided to buy it back for him. We were going to give it to him as a token of our appreciation before he even became the chief. And now that you guys have named him chief, we found somebody that could etch it as well. And so etched on the side of the gun, it says Chief Jim Hilton. And we just wanted to give it to him as a token of our appreciation. So we're not waving a gun around in here. We can hold it up, but send that over.
I'm truly shocked and surprised. I had no idea. These guys kept this a total secret, and whoever else was involved, you guys did a good job. I had no idea this was happening. So, again, just total shock and surprised. But for this group of guys, nothing ever surprises me more. They do a great job for me, and I can ask nothing else of them. So, again, just surprised and very, very grateful to have a group of guys like this to protect the town and to work for me. So.
You guys know literally every single person, every employee on the police department. He's in the front office. And Adam helped us out.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I
right.
appreciate it.
You guys want to go ahead and let's get a picture?
Surprised nobody wants to take a picture.
All right. Josh. That's awesome. Thank you, man. Take one with them first. Take one with them first, then we'll get us in there.
Ready, 1, 2.
Wow. Tough crowd.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
That's great. Now he's gangster.
Just got real.
All right, one with the council member background, if you don't mind. Yeah. Get up, boys. You guys want to come down here? What, not with Jim with a gun in his hand.
I think I almost, oh, here we go.
Can you get it?
There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's kind of a cool pic.
All right.
There you go.
Well, very cool. Police Department, thank you very much. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Yep.
You got a chrome plated. Gold.
It's a Glock. I knew about it.
I just liked your face when you walked. I just liked your face when you walked
You're supposed to
in.
know these things. That's great.
Hey, thanks for showing it to us.
All right.
Oh, that's light, too. Nice. Congratulations.
All right. Well, thank you again. Thanks, guys. All right. Continuing around the horn. Jim, anything for the good of the cause tonight? Tom? Chris? I've got nothing except, there was a nice article about Josh Gager helping someone out. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, and he's already left. Is he out there? Come here. That was my teacher voice, okay? And some of you might have heard that before. It's actually the same thing. Can you explain, you got a nice write-up from helping someone, was it in Plainfield, is that correct? In Avon. Oh, say, could you tell the story? You focus up that way, the cameras.
Those right place, right time. I was actually working out at my gym in Avon, and just the weather conditions, it was pouring rain, just dark out, hard to see. Just one of those bad intersections, just rolled up. There were two cars in the intersection, and luckily I just was able to be in right place, right time, and turn my lights on, shut down westbound traffic on 36, and kind of ran over to the car, make sure that it was a female driver, make sure she was okay, no injuries, anything like that. Started EMS, so no trauma, anything like that, no serious injuries. So I was able to help her out.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it's a good story.
Above and beyond. Beautiful. Thanks. I've got nothing else. Jimmy Russell has a retirement party on the 17th, no?
20th.
The 20th at the Blanton House. So you can get a chance, make it out there. And
Mike Nielsen has a retirement
There's one
party on
here.
the 17th in our Bostic gym.
so if you don't have anything better to
18th,
do,
I'm sorry.
come by, grab a piece of pizza.
18th, yes, and then the 19th is, yeah, we got stuff going on that whole week.
Yeah, there is something going on.
Yeah.
And correct me, help me out, Dennis, there's something for the, is it the 1999 football or basketball team this Friday?
Friday night, recognizing the first team to win a sectional since '64.
That'll be happening.
Friday night at probably
Friday
8:30.
night basketball game. So there's a lot happening. Christmas lights were awesome. Thank you very much. Just keep the Christmas spirit rolling and claim docket.
Move to approve.
Got a motion to approve the claim docket. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second and a third. Further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Drive safe tonight. Well.